Hi, Dan from Your Diary here. Back in July, Judy and I had a chance to take a look at a number of different keyboards that work with the iPad and the iPad 2. One of the keyboards we did not have a chance to look at the time was this. This is the ZaggFolio for iPad 2. It's a carbon fiber textured folio with a removable Bluetooth keyboard. Now, I'm more interested in the keyboard itself and less interested in the folio for a couple of reasons. First off, as we're going to see in a second, the folio is a little bit on the bulky side. Second of all, there are some initial issues with the first release of the folio, and Zagg is actually going to be replacing the folio portion for people who purchased this already with one that actually does not have these issues. So let's take a quick look at the folio, but then really focus on the keyboard itself. In the packaging, you'll find the folio. Let's put this over here. You'll find the folio, which is carbon fiber textured, but it's plastic. You have an instruction manual, a micro USB cable for charging the keyboard, and the keyboard folio itself. Let's get this out of the way. As you can see, when it's closed, it's a nice, fairly compact unit. Open it up, and there you have the keyboard, and the iPad goes here. So let's pop the iPad into it, take a quick look at it with the folio, and then come back and really focus on the keyboard itself and how that would work as an independent unit, especially since Zagg will be selling pretty much this exact same keyboard with a few extra smart keys, shortcut keys, that this one doesn't have, but it's going to look and function pretty much the same. So let's look at the folio with the iPad in it. Okay, so with the iPad 2, if you take it, basically it slips right into the folio here, and it just slides right in and sits quite nicely. We'll rotate this around so you can see that it just sits there pretty nicely. If you fold it over, what will happen is that it'll hit here, the screen, and these rubber bumpers, which I've heard reports that some people have had them fall off, mine haven't. And basically what you do is you take this and you fold it right over, and you have a nice folio design. Now, you may not have been able to hear it, but it has the smart cover functionality built right into it, so that as soon as you open it, it's back on. You can hear that click. Let's hear it again. So it does have the smart functionality. If we go around it, you've got the speaker cut out here, the dock connector cut out here, nothing on this side. You have the microphone jack here. You've got an opening for the mic here. You've got the sleep awake button here. You have right here the camera. Here the toggle for either rotation or mute, and the volume. So what makes this unusual is that if you take the iPad, you open it up, it turns on immediately. It's hinged here, so you take it and you can put it right into this keyboard mode, and it's at a very nice angle with this taking some of the weight off of the iPad itself, and you get a really nice area for typing here. Now, the keys on this actually feel pretty good. They're island keys. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. They're island keys, and they actually have a nice degree of play and a pretty decent bounce back. So no complaints about that. If we go to the side, you can actually see here how this keeps the weight from really being torqued on the iPad itself, which is a concern I've had with some other keyboards. So that's what you have with the ZaggFolio and the keyboard in place. I don't really see myself using it for a couple of reasons. First off, when I close it, it's pretty thick. It's pretty thick. And then the other issue, and this is the issue that people have reported, the clasp doesn't really keep it all that closed. So area for improvement, and I have no doubt that they will improve it because Zagg is that kind of company. And we're just going to take the folio part and put it aside. Here's the keyboard. On the keyboard, basically what you have is you have the keyboard itself. You've got the rubber bumpers, which you're not going to really need anymore because you're not placing the iPad down on it. You've got an on-off switch here, and you've got a pairing connect button here. If you take a look at the angle at the side, it's kind of thick here. Here's the micro USB charging port. It's thin, it's light, it's very light actually, and it actually looks really nice, complements the iPad really quite well. So the keyboard works perfectly this way. You can also flip the iPad in portrait, and it works really, really well. So why would you get this instead of, say, the Bluetooth keyboard from Apple? Well, in part because it's light, it's thin, it's the exact same size width-wise as the iPad. It has a built-in stand. The built-in stand makes a big difference to my mind because it makes it a whole lot more convenient when you actually want to set up and start typing. With the Apple keyboard, you actually need to have a separate case with a stand or a separate stand built in. So there's a pretty compelling argument for this. And when the Folio is improved, there might be a really compelling argument for the keyboard Folio combination as well. In the meantime, this is Zagg's keyboard Folio. The keyboard itself, Zagg currently sells the keyboard Folio combination. They have on pre-order the keyboard on its own with a few extra shortcut keys. Nice keyboard, actually probably of all of the specialized iPad keyboards I've tried, probably the best keyboard I've tried yet. This is Dan for Gear Diary. Thanks for watching.